Hey guys, today's the day. Today we write, all right. And I want to spend a few moments talking to you about what that means in my class, all right. Um, as the title of this suggests, I want you to think about writing as an action, as a verb, okay. And so we can think about writing as a noun, like the writing you produce, the product, all right. But there's also the action of it, the writing, all right. And so I want to read this to you really quickly because it's how I feel about writing and it's how I want you to feel about writing and about being writers. Okay. Today you'll be writing. I want you to pause and think about that for just a moment. Okay. You are not perfecting, polishing, finishing. You are just simply writing. Mis chicos. All right. You are simply engaging in an activity that challenges you to put to paper, so to speak, the thoughts in your head. The idea is like, I'm going to get these thoughts here and I'm going to put them right here, either on the screen or if I'm handwriting on the printed page. Okay. It's a process. It's not a product. And I firmly believe that. All right. Yes, a product comes of it, but really in the end, it's about the process. And that's what I want to try to instill in your young minds this morning. And it is that mindset that I ask you to have as you simply do what you can until you eventually get better. And I think we do get better. I really believe that. And every time we write, we get better. And that needs to be our goal. Okay. And when we think like this, the product of our writing just simply becomes a little more than a temporary step. All right. In our journey to getting better. And that's why I have you write, is to get better. It's not about the writing, it's about the writer. It's you. And I want you to remember that. Okay. And today, I'm going to ask you to engage in the practice of writing, the action of writing. Okay. Ultimately, the product that you create today is going to matter little in the end. All right. But the process that you're going to go through today, where you accept the challenge, where you engage in and embrace the challenge of trying to create an introductory paragraph that has a hook, has the necessary context, and a thesis at the end. All right. For an essay, which you're never going to write, let's remember that. Okay. And that is okay, because the end product is not what matters here. What matters here is you're engaging in the process of becoming better writers by writing, engaging in the act or process of writing, not worrying about the product of writing. Okay, so with that, today's goal is for you to get a paragraph written, and as you're writing that paragraph, I just simply want you to think, how am I going to get my reader's attention? All right, that's your hook. What context do they need, just to give them enough so they understand like where I'm going with this? All right. But not so much that I tell the whole story in my introduction. All right. So that's what I mean by necessary context. Okay. And I think it's an art. I think there's nuance there. I think there's subtlety there. And I think no matter how long I talk about it, all right, the only way that you're going to get better at providing necessary context is to practice necessary context. So just do what you think needs to be done today. And then finally, use that to transition into your thesis statement, which will establish the focus for the piece if you were to write the entire thing. All right. So, guys, with that, as simply as I can say it, today we write. All right. We engage in the action, we engage in the process. Who cares what the product ends up being in the grand scheme? All right. So, with that, dig in and get excited, because you're going to be better writers for doing this. I promise. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you in a little bit.